Today we're going to do a quick review of the Kreg Pock Hole Jig 310. I've had mine for around 2 years now, and I definitely have some thoughts to share. Those who have kept up with my DIY channel know that I use this jig pretty frequently. This product makes joinery simple, so you can spend more time getting creative with the actual project. Stick around till the end of the video so you can find out how to win a brand new set, since I already have my own. The brand new set was provided by Kreg Tools, so I just wanted to give them a huge thanks for supporting the channel. I'll also be sure to link this product in the description. First things first, this kit is ideal for 1/2, 3/4, and 1.5 inch thick boards. As for the hardware, you get a drill guide, a drill bit with indicated depths, and I'll show you how to use those later, a stop collar, a thickness gauge hex wrench, and last but not least, a square drive drill bit. And here's a quick listing of all those pieces in case you missed one the first time. To start, you're going to need some pocket hole screws that correspond to the square drive bit. The screws come in different lengths, and the size that you need is going to be dependent on the thickness of the wood that you're working with. For my example, I'm going to be working with wood that's 1.5 inches thick, which means that the corresponding screw is 2.5 inches thick. This information can also be found on the back of the box, in case you forget. If you don't know the thickness of your board, you can use the thickness gauge on the hex wrench to find out. We mentioned that this one's 1.5 inches thick, and the same logic applies to any other board. To demonstrate how this works, we're going to build a small scale bench, and this is a perfect example of one of the problems that the pocket hole jig solves. Without any fancy joinery, the most simple approach would be to just drive a screw through one board into the other. This approach works sometimes, but for something like a bench, we might want to hide those screws. Using the pocket hole jig, we can solve for that. These are the two bench legs, and I'm just marking out the direction that I want to drill the pocket holes in. We know our material is 1.5 inches thick, so now we can adjust our drill guide. All you have to do is slide the gray tab to the correct thickness. You can check this with the indicator on the opposite side. The same logic applies to the drill guide. You set the stop collar to the thickness of the wood. Slide the collar on, find the corresponding thickness through the hole, and then lock the collar into place using the hex wrench. If all the wood for your project has the same thickness, you can pretty much set it and forget it. Alright, so now I'm going to be using the drill guide to make the pocket holes, and I'm going to be drilling in the direction of the arrows, since this is how the legs will attach to the tiny bench top. I usually just hold the guide in place, but another easy method is to just clamp the guide down while you drill. And we can't see it now, but that gray plastic tab that we adjusted earlier is making sure that the pocket holes are drilled at the right depth. Now with the correct pocket hole screw size, we can start securing our boards into place. And there we have it, our mini project for which we can hide the screws. The pocket holes are a little bit visible on the bottom side, but this is primarily due to the size of the project. And what I mean by that is that on a larger project, these pocket holes would hardly be noticeable. It's also worth noting that the joint is going to be really strong, so watch as I stand on this. I tried stepping a few different ways just to see if it would break, and it held up. A major factor for the strength is the design of the jig. Look at the drill bit, for example. Its design guides the screw in perfectly, but also leaves enough space for the screw to have some pulling force. The screw has a flat head, and this basically pulls one board towards the other. And here's a demonstration of what that looks like. I drilled a pocket hole screw into one board, and with plenty of space in between, you can see how the design of the screw pulls one board towards the other. This really is a great kit to have, and I'm sure you're wondering how you can win one. All you have to do is leave a comment saying what you would build with this. And if your comment gets chosen, I'll ship it right to you. Don't forget to subscribe to keep seeing cool tool reviews and for future opportunities like this giveaway. Also be sure to check out my main channel to see a lot of these tools and accessories in action.